Thank you guys. Somebody just messaged in the chat that I was muted. I appreciate that. Okay, let's start over. Hello, my name is Megan Monique. Welcome to the Digital Mentors Wednesday webinar. Normally, this is led by Brian Finale, but he asked me to step in today, and I am so happy to do so. I'm going to dive into Canva shortly, and I'm going to show you how to create short form video that you can share on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and anywhere else that you are posting the vertical short form video. This means that if you don't want to, you don't have to record your face talking to the phone and uploading. You can actually go into Canva using some of their stock imagery, their text, their graphics, animations, sounds, the whole 9 yards to create the short form videos that you need to still be able to market your content and talk about your offers and your products. Hello, Kathleen. Hello, Clarissa. Thank you guys for being here. So let me know, Monique, hello, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're excited. Shortly, I'm going to share my screen with you guys. I actually have prepared 5 different templates that we're going to start with, and I'm going to show you how I might modify them and how you can work in a Canva free account, totally free. You don't have to have the pro account to create short form videos for your offers, your services, and your products. Hello, Darlene and Monica. Hello, Jean-Pierre. Hello, Billy. I'm so glad that you guys are here. Awesome. Let me check the group to make sure that we are streaming. And give me 1 second to share my screen and we will get started. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to start with this basic template. Okay. So when you get into Canva and you get into your free account, given this is a video of my face, this is a video that I recorded earlier today that I wanted to use as an example. One of the most popular short form video templates is is whenever you can record a video of you moving in the background. You don't even have to be saying anything, and you overlay text on the top. Now, if you're comfortable using the Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube video editor to add your text, then go ahead and do that. But if you're not, and you're also someone who wants to start batching your social media content so that your short form videos and reels are created ahead of time and you can schedule them out, then you might want to build them in Canva so you have more control over the elements. Now, you don't have to use Canva. There's ways that you can do that inside of the program, or you can use like CapCut. But for this training, I'm going to show you how you can use Canva to create those similar looks and feels that you're seeing pop up on your streams and on your pages. So that's a good point. Let's start with our homepage. So when you log into Canva, it brings you up to the homepage. And how I like to start creating my reels is I go to create a design, and then up here in the search bar, I type in reel. And I choose the Instagram reel. Now, this size is appropriate for TikTok, it's appropriate for YouTube. Anywhere that you're posting short form content, you can use the Instagram reel template and it will fit across the board in all places. The only thing that you have to watch out for is different social media networks, which you can post short form video on LinkedIn now as well. They accept different lengths of videos. So as far as it goes when you're creating these videos in Canva, my advice would be to keep them like 45 seconds or less. This isn't a video that you're creating that's 3 minutes long or 10 minutes long. You're looking for a short snippet, and the shorter the snippet is, the more acceptable it will be on all of the platforms, because some platforms don't allow 90-second videos. Some platforms don't allow 3-minute videos, and some do. Also, I don't know if you know this, but when you're in your social media networks, especially Instagram and Facebook, and you go to your page and you create a post, and then there's also the story area, those are two different audiences often that you're speaking to. So when you're creating these reels in here, and because they're shorter pieces of video content, if you're not sharing the reel to your story, I highly recommend that you upload the video directly to your story. That will also allow you to add a link if you're trying to get the viewer to go to a page to purchase a product or sign up for a service or read more about what you're talking about. You're going to get traction when you upload this as a reel, and you're going to get more traction when you upload it as a story, because there's two different audiences in both places. And because of the social media algorithms, everybody doesn't see everything that you post. So I would highly recommend using these short form videos in both places, and not just uploading it directly as a reel, but making sure that you're taking advantage of your stories. On my personal private Instagram page, I have 560 followers. When I post a reel, I'll get anywhere between 100 to 300 views. And when I post to a story, I get 60 views. And I know those people that are viewing my story are really looking and watching and reading what it is that I've posted. And then on the reel, there's slight more engagement. I feel like people are going through more of a scroll there. So that's just my personal experience. My audience numbers aren't outrageous, but I do bring in sales every single day. So don't feel like you have to have a huge following to make a difference. You just have to know who you're talking to in your audience, and making sure that you are setting up your offer, your reels, your marketing material, so that the audience member can clearly convey the value and the problem that you're solving, the value you're providing and the problem that you're solving. Okay, so that's how you create the template. This is what a blank template looks like. Okay, down here at the bottom of the screen, this is the duration. So if you don't see it, you can click it. And right now it's set to 5 seconds. So you can adjust this to be, I think it goes up to 2 minutes maybe in Canva, but we're going to keep ours around 45 seconds. And so that means anything that you put on this one slide will be viewed for 45 seconds. But I'm going to show you here in just a moment where you can actually add multiple pages to your reel, and what you put on your reel will transition between each slide. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hop to that example. If you guys have any questions along the way at all, drop them in the comments. I'm happy to answer your questions as we move through this. For those of you who are just joining, my name is Megan Monique. I am the Content and Trainings Director here at Digital Mentors, and we're going to go over how to create short form video and reels in Canva. This is a free Canva account that we're looking at. So this one that I'm about to show you, I had actually shared, I created it live in one of our Thursday social media marketing trainings. So this was a completely blank series, and I used some of the templates that Canva has to brand it for one of our clients. So you can see down here at the bottom of the screen that there are several different pages in this reel. But when I go to download it, up here in the top right hand corner where it says 21.7 seconds, that is the total time of my reel. And when I download it as an MP4, because that is the video file, I'm going to do all the pages and it will download it as one whole video for me. Okay, so I'm going to bring this to the top of the video, and I'm just going to play this for you real quick. It's 20 seconds. I don't have any music with this one because I was going to add it whenever I upload it on my social platform. So you can see how the lightning bolt flickers, how it switches to each slide, and know that every element that exists on here, you can animate. So I'm clicking this QR code. I'm going to click animate. And there's this scrapbook movement that I love, and it has it just tumble in. Okay, so see that I animated the QR code and now it wiggles onto the page. And you can do that for anything. You can click on a text box in Canva and you can animate this. So this one's already animated, though I didn't see it moving. Let's try again. Animate. No, it wasn't. And when you hover over the different animations, it will give you like an example of what it will look like on the page. But there are so many different options, and this is all with the free account. So that's an important thing to remember is a lot of people, when they go to create their short form video, you think like, I either have to have a still picture or I have to have a video of me talking. And there's so much more that you can do. You can come in here and create several different slides and have the elements move around. And I'm going to show you a different option in a minute. But you can have all of these moving pieces and still have it be a reel, still have it be interactive, still have it and keep your audience engaged because of the moving pieces. So I love it. Okay. Do you guys have any questions about using these graphic pieces? How do you get to the page you're on? So down here at the bottom, you just click whichever page you want to edit, and it will take you to that page. Now, another thing that I don't have featured on here is that you can actually add transitions in between the slides. So if I didn't want it to just go straight from this yellow background to the gray background to the white background, I could click here, hover in the middle, and click these little arrows that pop up. And I have all of these different transitions that I can use. So see how this, now it dissolves from one slide to another. Now it slides over, which is actually way more interactive. I like the slide one. And then you can add different ones, or you can add the same ones between each slide, but that adds even more of a visual effect to what it is that you're creating. So now the transitions are there, and that's what it looks like. So that adds a whole other element to your reel to get people to keep reading to the last slide, where then you invite them to take part in whatever it is that you have to offer. Okay, so make sure that you can view each page by clicking at the bottom. You can add transitions. You can click any element that you add to your page in Canva and add an animation to it so that it can move on the page. And it's not just stagnant and sitting there. Okay, so that's my first example for you guys. This is a 20-second reel. So how I built this is someone shared their link to their lead magnet funnel page, and I grabbed information off of that page and I made it into a reel. So that lead magnet was called the confidence code, and she was inviting you to sign up for a free cheat sheet. Then the next page was telling you to go ahead and download your copy today. This was a mock-up of the cover of the book, which I made in Canva. If you go to elements and you type in tablet frame, scroll down to the section that says frames, make sure you're looking at the frames, see all, and it gives you a bunch of different options of frames. And when you click this, it adds it to the page. You can upload the cover of your ebook or whatever it is that you're working on, and you just grab what you uploaded and you drag it over, and then you have your ebook in a tablet. It makes it look more realistic for what the viewer will be getting whenever they sign up and do the download. So there's a whole bunch of frames that you can use as well. There's even a laptop. There's a full monitor view. There's a lot that you can do. So this has an animation on it called tectonic. So it's moving from side to side. And then after that, I have a slide I use Brian's picture because it's what I had available, but ideally this would be you, the author of this creation. And then underneath it, it says, yes, this blueprint works even if you're brand new. And then these following slides are like the bullet points that were on the lead magnet page. So learn how dressing for success can have a significant impact on your confidence levels, how practicing yoga can be incredibly beneficial for your mental and physical health. Learn how positive self-talk helps you achieve your goals. Set SMART goals and keep track of them using my weekly goal planner. And then the last page tells you to download, and you can even use the QR code to go directly to the link. So when you go to create these, you don't always have to come up with something completely from scratch right off the top of your head. If you have a lead magnet set up that you're sending people to, or you have your course or offer or sales page created, just pull some of the copy that you've already created on that page and work it into individual slides so that you're telling your viewer a story about what it is that you've created. It's a very powerful way to condense the information that you're trying to convey to them, and also create easy social media content that you can use on all the platforms so that you're not having to constantly come up with something brand new. And you do want to make sure that you're putting your offer out there frequently as you post in social media. Thank you, Brenda Jean, for sharing that with Cynthia for how to create your template. Okay, so we're going to hop to the next template that I have to share with you. This was a template that I grabbed from Canva. It was this, what was it? It was this orange one right here. But I didn't like the way that it looked. And I wanted to promote like a workshop that someone may be hosting. So I clicked on the template and it populated on this page, and I wanted to replace the background video. So then I went to video and I searched for coffee cup. Now this is a free account. So this is where you do have to pay attention if you don't have a pro account, because anything that you're using in the elements section, if it has this little crown on it, it means it's part of the pro account, and that you will have to pay for. And when you go to download the reel, it will prompt you to pay. So make sure that you're watching for that. But this video that I selected was free. It's this 34-second video of a coffee mug and some coffee and a computer. So I'm pushing play and you can see that the coffee moves a little bit in the video. So if you don't want to record video yourself, I know some of us out there like to bring in that artistic element. We like to create that content ourselves. Sometimes I will take videos of my own coffee or of my workspace or of myself, and I'll show you, we'll get back to that one in a minute. But you can come in here and you can use these stock videos and stock imagery to create your reel. My only advice, because there are hundreds of thousands of millions of us out there running our businesses online, also using Canva to create this, I would try to choose video and imagery that still resonates with you, that still feels close to some of your other branding, that may have a similar look and feel to what it is that you're creating. So you don't want to come in here and get something that is very obviously stock photo. You want to try to find a way to personalize it. This video for me was simple enough to where that could totally be my workspace. Or even, and there's a ton in here, if you have a pro account that you can really choose from. But there are plenty of, even this one is kind of nice. There are plenty of free videos that you can use as well. Okay, so after I selected the video that I wanted to use, I updated these texts. Now, when I chose the template, it didn't have the fonts of the brand that I would choose for my brand. So I selected all of these fonts. You can click, if you're doing this on your desktop, you can click Shift and click on all of the elements to select them. And then I came up here to the font and I changed it to Montserrat. Okay. You can see up here when I click on this text that says masterclass this weekend that it has the animation fade on it. The other thing that stands out to me about this design is that the text kind of blends in with the image behind it. So what I would do to fix that is I would click on the text, come up here to effects, and click lift. And it's not a big difference, but it's enough of a difference where it makes it easier for my eye to read this text when I look at it. And all that's doing is adding a drop shadow behind the text. So come to grow your online business, and I'm going to do the same thing. Right now, there's no effect. Obviously, there's several over here that we can choose from, but right now I just want to make this text pop off the page a little bit more. So you can see that. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the rest of this, just because it's a little bit challenging to see on the background. So now you can see how it pops out a little bit more because I added that drop shadow. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it plays. And you can see that middle text kind of continues to breathe outward. It's just my internet connection that's moving slowly. Now, the other thing that I might want to do is where it says first class is free, if I want that text to pop out a little bit more, I might add a background behind it. So when you select this text, come up to effects and come down here to the bottom and select background. Now, if I have the background, I can't have the lift at the same time. So I'm choosing the background instead because I want to make that pop. And then I'm going to take the round off of the edges because I like it to be more square. And then I'm going to change the color to this blue so it pops a little bit more. And now I have a box behind my text without having to add any other elements there. Okay. So the other piece is when you're creating a short form piece of content, you can add audio here in Canva, or whenever you go to whatever network you're using and you go to upload it, you can click music and add your audio there. So you get to choose how you assign audio to your reel. But if you want to add it when you're in Canva, you come back to the elements and just type in audio. And down here, there's a category that says audio. I want to see all. And then let's say I just want instrumental music. I don't want there to be any lyrics. Oh, and they only have one, that's a pro account. Okay, so that's the other thing is you can add audio, but you want to make sure if you're using the free account, then your options are going to be a little bit more limited for what they have here. Let's see. Okay, not crazy about this, but I'm just going to click it so you guys can see what comes up. Okay, so when I chose my audio, it populates down here at the bottom of the page, and you can see where it adds it to the video. So when you go to download this, the audio will download directly with it. Okay, so that is how you add audio to your reels and short form videos in Canva. This is also how you can create a very easy reel just by adding a simple video, stock video if you want, that still feels reflective of your normal environment, and then overlay text on top of it that has relevant information to what it is that you have to offer. And just know that you can click on the text and you can add these animations so that it stands out. And it's a little bit fun to make them too. Just getting it to play on the screen. And then as people are scrolling, the words are automatically moving and you can see the video moving in the background and your audio is playing and you have a beautiful short form piece of content there that is ready for your audience to consume. Do you guys have any questions so far before I move on to the next template? Okay. Um, so this is another simple one that I made. Same concept as the other one. There's a video in the background and I have text on top. I did pull this. So I didn't go over this part. There are so many templates in Canva. You do not have to create everything from scratch. You can if you want to, but you're making your life a lot harder if you are. Okay, so I went up to design. I already chose my Instagram reel canvas. Okay, when I went to create new design. And so when I go to the design area that populates templates, it's only going to show me templates that are made for this canvas size. Okay, so in design, I typed in coaching, and that was where I found, I chose this one because I like the way the road moves when I view the video. And I'll show you here. See how it's just moving slowly and it's curving. It makes my eyes follow it. I feel like it would draw somebody in who was interested in view, like it just kind of captivates you as you're watching it. And then there was text on here already that said join the master class, and it had the date and the time. And I just changed the font because that is when you have your business and you've created your brand, you have certain fonts that you have certain colors that you use. There's certain language that you use because you're talking to your ideal customer avatar. So when you go and you use these templates, you want to make sure that you're converting the fonts. And all I mean by converting is just that you click it and you come up here and change it to your brand font, and add colors. Because the other thing that you'll see, this was the original that I used, and you can see it's a little bit darker. So they have some sort of hue over this video. And when you click it, you can change the color. So I changed it to white because the brand that I was associating this with is a little bit brighter. And then you click on the fonts and change the fonts, okay? And then all I did was make this all uppercase. So this little a, big A up here, whenever you click it, it changes it to all uppercase or lowercase. And then I did the same thing for this Monday. I made it all uppercase and I also bolded the title. So that's the difference. I did move them around a little bit because I wanted to change the placement. But that's how I started with a template that was made in Canva, and I just changed it more to my personal brand. And I'm going to delete this second page. I was just showing you guys that as an example. And so that's how you get that. And this is just a less than 10-second clip. If I wanted to add more pages to this, I could absolutely add more pages to this, but you don't have to. You can have it be 10 seconds, 15 seconds, have the relevant information. And if you're uploading it as a reel, make sure that you have the link that you want to send them to either in the caption or on linked on your profile page. If you upload it as a story somewhere, you often have the option to add the link directly on the short form video. So David asked if I was only showing video templates from Canva, not our own video templates. Is it best to use other software for that within platform or within the TikTok platform or CapCut? David, I spoke to this a little bit whenever we first started out. I am going to move to a template in a moment where I did create a video and you can make your changes in here. But what I said was, if you are someone who is comfortable using the editor inside of TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or YouTube and all the places, if you're comfortable adding your video and adding text there, then go ahead and do that. I think the advantage of bringing your video into Canva is if you're looking to batch your content, pardon me, or if you are uncomfortable, because using the editors on the platform on your devices isn't always easy to navigate. So if you struggle with that and it's easier for you to use a desktop, then yes, bring the short form videos that you're recording yourself of your face talking or whatever it may be, upload them into Canva and use them here. But I still would recommend keeping them under 60 seconds or less. Oh, it's okay. I'm glad. Thank you for joining me so early from Australia. I appreciate it. So yes, if you're comfortable with the editor inside of the social platform, then by all means go ahead and use that, because one of the advantages that that does give you, especially if you're adding text on the screen, is that those social media platforms are pulling SEO from the words that you're using inside of that. If you add them in Canva and download them as a complete video file, I don't think that they have the same SEO traction that they do if you were actually typing them on the screen. So you want to, if you're doing it this way, you definitely want to make sure that the keywords that you're using for your SEO and who you're trying to attract and who you're talking to are in the caption if you're adding text inside of Canva. So I hope that that makes sense, David. And we'll get to a video in just a moment that I recorded a little bit earlier that I'm going to show you how you can edit inside of Canva. But primarily today, the goal is to give you options where you can create short form video that doesn't rely on you recording video content. I do still think it's important to do that if you can get yourself there, but you don't have to. Like showing up on social media and posting short form content, you get the most value when you can post the most consistently, and especially with short form video, the more you can post. So if you don't have the resources or capacity to post like twice a day in all the places, then I would recommend picking a network where your audience already is, where they're already connecting and engaging with you, and really going all in on that network until you have perfected like the growth there, the engagement, the likes, people saving your post. I would really pick one place to just focus in on and go all in. After you've gotten your groove with one place, you can move to other places. But I also understand that some of us out there like to dabble in the different social media places, and that's okay. But if like what you're really looking to achieve is growth, you know, steady growth, it requires you to start posting content consistently, regularly, more than once a day for sure, and then watching the analytics of that content to see how people are watching it, how they're engaging with it, when they fall off of it, if they started following you, did they click a link? You know, there's so many different analytics that you can look at to get to know who's looking at your content more, and you want to use that data to inform what you're creating. So what we're going over here is a baseline of how you can use Canva without having to record any of your own content. But just know that there are layers and layers and layers to social media content creation, and you can always take it deeper. And there's always more analytics to look at and always ways to get better. But if you've been trying to think about how can I create more short form video content without having to like drag myself in front of the camera every week, because let's face it, like there are some weeks where we just don't want to do that or we aren't in that space. This is an alternative option that you can weave into your content creation process that will help you get started, help you maintain consistency and momentum without you having to record all the time. Okay. So you want to make sure that you have the information that the audience member needs to partake in whatever it is that you're sharing with them. But this is how a couple of ways that I just showed you where I took a Canva template, converted it to my own brand. And now I have a 10-second reel that I can go upload to my stories or my reels or my TikToks and add my caption and hashtags and share with the world. So do you guys have any questions about that? And thank you, David, for asking that. I hope that that answered your question. How do you upload a video to stories on the desktop? Deb, you can't, so if you have a Instagram or Facebook business account, you can go to business.facebook.com and set up your Facebook business suite. And from the business suite, you can schedule stories. There are also schedulers that you can use, and I'm not going to give you the names of any because I haven't worked with any recently to be 100% sure that you can upload to the stories from those places, but there are schedulers out there that allow you to upload things to the stories or to the posts where you can schedule them out over time. But the Facebook business suite is free. So as long as you have a business page, you would be able to upload stories there and posts directly as well. It tracks everything. You can even see your analytics from the Facebook business suite. So that is facebook.business.com. Okay. Just let me know if you have any other questions. If I have the answers, I will give them to you. I'm going to move on to the next one that is simple. It might be something I'm sure everyone here has seen before. People who are authors or coaches, they have these excerpts on their page. I even follow several accounts where this is all that they post, are these style posts where it's just a bit of information, a motivational quote, a thought that they had that day that felt empowering that they're sharing with their audience and putting on a short form video this way. So you could certainly have this as a regular post to where it was just a graphic uploaded as an image, but we all know that short form video gets more traction. That's where every algorithm is moving us in that direction. So this is a way for you to have that same concept, but in video format. And all I did here was I chose a video that was slightly moving. I typed in trees, I think it was, because nature is something that so many of us can relate to, and that often feels related to our business or how we desire to spend our free time. And then you upload your photo here, change your name, change your handle, and this is what it looks like. If my internet wants to work with us today. See, so it's just moving slightly. It's not an overwhelming video. It's something gentle, and then there's a thought that goes along with it. Now, there's not, I could put a direct call to action in this in my caption and say, hey, if you want to work with me or hire me as your coach, go to the link in my profile, book a call, etc. But this is an example of a reel that's just providing like content and value. It's not a hard sell. You're not making an offer, but that is a type of content that you want to sprinkle into what it is that you're publishing on the social media networks. And like I said, there are several accounts that I follow that only post that. And so my feed, when they pop up, it's a moving video with an inspiring message. And I know that whomever that person is that I'm following, I generally want to hear what it is that they have to say. I like their perception. I like the way they look at the world. I like the way what they have to share with me motivates me in my own life. So just consider that for your own ideal customer avatar. Who are you talking to? What problem are you solving? In these short excerpts, give them just a little bit something to keep going, to give them a taste of your services, a taste of your products, a taste of what you have to offer. And the good thing about this particular short form reel is that here, I'm going to add, or when you click these three dots at the bottom and go to duplicate page, it'll duplicate the page, exactly what you're looking at. So I'm going to go to videos and type in city. Or I'm sorry, I'm going to go to elements and type in city and then click on videos. And I'm just looking for a video of a city that I like. And I also am going to watch for these little crowns so that I'm getting a free video and not one that I have to pay for. I'm going to use this one. So I click it and it pops over here on the page. And now I'm going to stretch it out like this. Okay. And you can see it kind of consumed some of my text. So I'm going to click on the video, click the dots. You can see over here, it says layer. And I'm going to send backwards because I want it to be the very back piece on this. I don't know why I didn't send to back. That's what I wanted. Delete my tree video. So now I have my quote box over a video. So what does this mean? It means that if you like this style where you have your quote excerpt and you want to share this type of content, I can create 7 days of reels, you know, just by changing out the back of the video and changing out this excerpt of text. And that gives me one new piece of content per day that requires very little effort. And if you, again, if you want to add the audio here, you can. An advantage of adding the audio on the network where you're uploading it is that those audios are often synced to Spotify or other places. And sometimes if there's like a trending sound, like your video can go viral just because that sound is viral right now. And when it's linked through the social media network, it actually like tags that song in some way. So there is an advantage to adding music on the social media network. But again, if you want to do it in Canva, you absolutely can. Deb asked how to make the quote box with the picture again. Okay, so I'm going to create a blank one here for you. Okay, here's a blank canvas. And then I'm going to go to design and I'm going to type in quote. And that's all. I'm just going to type in quote. And you will see over here on the left-hand side, all of these templates that have quotes. Okay, so here's one that looks, oh no, that was a pro one, sorry. I do have to watch to make sure that there's free, the template I'm using is free. Okay, so here's one. And then also notice like I clicked this one and it populated several others for me that had a similar look and feel to that. Okay, so make sure you're paying attention to that too, because if you select one that visually appeals to you, it will show you more that will likely also appeal to you. Like this one looks like a text message. Okay. So make sure that you're going to design and you're really looking for the templates that you want to use. Okay, so I chose this template, but you can see how it has the Canva mark behind it. That's because this is an account that, or this is a video that is not free. So I'm going to delete that video. Or sorry, that it wasn't the video, it was the drop shadow that wasn't free. I'm going to come back to elements and I'm going to type in travel. And then I'm going to go to videos, even though I spelled travel wrong. And here's one of just like an airplane wing that apparently has some sound to it that we'll take out in just a moment. That video had some sound to it, so I'm going to take out that sound. And now when I stretched out the video, you can see how it cut off this airplane wing over here. So I'm just going to click the video and click crop. And then I'm going to scoot the video over like that. So the whole wing is selected. So all I did was I clicked the video and click crop, and it allows you to move this around so that you can capture the right part of the video that you want to capture. Okay, now I'm going to click that video and click the 3 dots and go to layer and send back so that it's all the way in the back. And now I have my text box with the video back there and the airplane beautifully moving in the background. Now, if I want to, I would update my user photo right here. So when you go to uploads, this is where you can upload any images that you need to use inside of the graphics that you're creating. So I'm going to grab Brian and drag him over to the circle, and then I would update my name. And then you update your handle, and then you add the text that you want to add. Now, the other thing to remember is if your business has fonts that you use for your brand or colors that you use for your brand, you want to make sure that you're updating these fonts so that they match your brand. And then I would make that smaller so it fits on the screen a little bit better. And there you have a short form video to use. Lauren says, this has been so informative. I'm excited to start playing with these now. Deb said, thank you. Monica said, already spinning in my head, gonna do sample reels and see how it does. Awesome, I'm so excited. Yes, so my only advice, I have these examples here in one slide. So you can do that. You can create them in one file, but you wanna remember that when you go to download, so up here, you click share, and then you go to download, and then rather than me downloading all of these pages, because if I download all these pages, it's going to make me one right here. It's going to make me one video that's 1 minute and 30 seconds. And that's not what I want. I just want one of these reels. So I'm going to unselect everything. And then I'm just going to select the one that I want to download, which is page 1. And right now we have it set to 32 seconds. So you can even make this shorter. If you want to make it a shorter reel, you just click and drag it over. And then there you have it. And then I would just download that one page and there you have one reel that you can upload. So I'm really glad that you guys are liking these templates. Billy, there, if you are in the member community for digital mentors on Facebook, if you have at least a starter level membership, we do have guides inside of that Facebook group, and I have 2 or 3 other Canva trainings there that I have used. Roy asked if these can be used on all other social media platforms as well. So awesome, Billy. Then you can go into the guides of the member community for digital mentors, and underneath the social media marketing training, I think there's at least 2 Canva trainings there that are saved that you can view. Roy, you can use these reels anywhere that you can upload vertical short form video content. So you can upload them as shorts on YouTube, you can upload them as TikToks, you can upload them as stories on Instagram and Facebook, you can upload them as reels on Instagram and Facebook, you can also upload them on LinkedIn, and I'm sure I'm missing something somewhere. But yes, anywhere that you can upload short form video content, you can use these there. I was saying, I don't know if you heard this, but if you're, my advice for best social media practices is to begin on the social media network where either you're really looking to grow your following and you're going to be dedicated to doing that over long periods of time, either doing it organically or through paid traffic, or the place where your audience is already existing, already engaging, already working with you. And then when you do that, and you're already working on the platform, you're going to want to look at your analytics. You're going to want to see which content people love the most. What are you getting the most response on? You want to see which content provokes people to send you direct messages or to buy your offer. And there's analytics and metrics inside of each social media platform that you can look at, but you're also going to be able to see it for yourself by noticing who's commenting, who's messaging, what piques people's interest. And then once you know that, you have a better idea of what your audience wants, and you can start to make more content that has similar themes or similar looks and feels, or offer similar value so that they can really take that in and you can give them more of that. And that is ultimately what increases your organic following over time. Okay, so yes, you can use these in all the places and you absolutely can if that is how you like to post. And I am also someone who appreciates just like really good quality social media practices, and you can work that into what you're doing. Okay, so now I'm going to show you my last example, and this is with a video that I created in and of myself. I just recorded this earlier today, and all I did was sit my phone up at my desk, and I just recorded myself for 12 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to play this for you. Um, there's you can hear the background, but really there's no sound to be had. And it's just me slightly moving, smiling at the camera. And I know that you have videos in your feed where you've seen people do this. There's actually someone that I follow on TikTok, and her account is strictly dedicated to TikTok growth. And I have watched her account grow over the time. And a lot of what she does is just many of these videos, I think at least twice a day, where it's just her like sitting at her desk, moving in the background, or maybe she's walking towards the camera, or maybe she's sitting there with her cup of coffee and the video is there. And then she takes text and she overlays. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. So I have my video here and I'm going to click edit because I like the video, but personally, just probably because I'm a graphic designer, I want it to have a little bit of a different feel to it. So I don't always love filters, but what I often do is I'll come up here to adjust, and you can do this on the social media network if you're uploading directly to, and I'll increase the contrast and either turn up or turn down the brightness or adjust the highlights a little bit. Because I personally, for my brand, I like there to be more contrast in the photos and videos. So that's the video. And you just come over here to text, you click the text, and then I'm going to change it to Montserrat because that is my brand. And I like it when things are in all caps because, in my opinion, it's easier to read. And I'm just going to put, I hope you have a nice day. Now, I would likely say more than that, you know, if I were making this to actually post on my page. But for the purpose of this training video, I'm just going to have it say that. I'm also going to put it down here on top of my black shirt so that you can read it better. And then I want the text to have some animation too. So the only thing that you can't do here is, you know, like when you upload directly from Instagram and you put the text on, you can have the text appear at different times of the video. You can't really do that inside of Canva, or if you have, I haven't gotten to that part yet. I don't think you can though. But you can animate the text the same way that you did on the other slides that I showed you. So I'm gonna go to effects first and show you, like, I can make this text neon, or I can add these little lines behind it that makes it pop a little bit more, but I'm gonna go for the background because I always gravitate towards that. I don't know why. I like the way that it looks. I'm going to change my font to black so that you can see it better on the yellow and just see, you can see how that pops more. And now I'm going to go to animate and scroll down. And let's see what this merge looks like. So that crosses both of the text over. So I like the way that that looks. And then really like the text that I would put on this video, because it's 12 seconds, and actually I'm going to cut off, and if you move this down here, it'll just cut off the end of the video so that you don't see me shut the camera off. If you don't know that, when you're making short form videos of yourself, that's a great way to get that professional feel, is you cut off the front and you cut off the back just a little bit so that it looks like it's jumping from shot to shot. But now we have a 10-second reel, and I'm just saying, I hope you have a nice day. And then I would upload whatever music I wanted to. But if I had some sort of offer, or if I was speaking to my customer avatar, I would say something that was relevant to them, something that, for me, I work predominantly with women and also in the spiritual arena. And so the message that I would say to them would be something about what we're all feeling right now, what we're all moving through right now. Or if I had an offer, I would say, hey, this is going on at the moment. You can sign up at the link in my bio. And I would just type it out in the text, and I would be moving slightly in the background, and those make awesome reels. So obviously you don't have to bring that into Canva if you don't want to. The advantage to using actual video that you recorded in Canva is if it feels better for you to work from the desktop. That is when I would bring the video I'm recording into Canva. Otherwise, if you're comfortable working from your phone and you've found a way to edit your video and add text and everything inside of Instagram or TikTok or whatever platform you're using, then by all means do that. But if you like the desktop experience better and it's easier for you to navigate, or you're trying to batch your content and you want to create it all together all at one time, bring it into Canva. I wouldn't try to do big video files. I would keep it 60 to 45 seconds or less, and that way it uploads quickly and the pages aren't challenging to navigate, because when you get to the bigger files, things can move a little bit slower. But that is how you do it. Here's another way that you can even, like, let's say you're teaching them something. So there's step 1, and then there's step 2. And then there's step 3. And then obviously you would add what the actual steps are on here. But that's an example of how you can use these videos, like put as much text on there as you want to. Because that's the other thing. If you only have a 10 or 15-second clip and you have a lot of text to read, they're either going to have to watch that video over and over and over again, or they're going to have to push pause to sit there and read it. And that's something that you want them to do. You want them to be on your content longer. So that's something that you can use. And if you need help getting things aligned perfectly, I'm going to click this and hold down Shift, and I'm going to click the other text boxes, and then I'm going to click these 3 dots and go to Align Elements, and I want it all aligned to the right-hand side, and it does it for me. And here's another thing that's fun is I can do the same thing and click this space evenly, and it will add equal amounts of space between everything, between the top thing and the bottom thing that you have listed. So it's a very powerful tool to make sure that you have all of your lines straight. For me, that's one of my biggest design rules, is to make sure that your lines are straight, because it creates a clean design for somebody to look at. It makes things easy to read. So this is what I have for you guys today. Do you guys have any more Canva questions at all? Do you feel like you have enough to get started? You can begin creating your content. Just to go over the different types that we have, you can absolutely upload some of your own video and overlay text. If you want to create a blank canvas, pardon me, when you're on the home page, you go to Create Design and you type in Reel, and the canvas template will pop up and you click it, and this is what you get. I'm glad that you enjoyed all of the tips, Cynthia. James, thank you. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. You're welcome. Robert, Eddie, Shirley, awesome. Very cool. And just know that there is no shortage when you click design. There are just so many templates that you can start with, and just change the pieces that aren't relevant to your brand. Kathleen, there is a replay. There is a replay that you can watch again. So that's how you get your blank canvas. And then this is the quote template that you can use. There's also this version where you can have basic text and just add a slightly moving video in the background and upload that as your short form content. This is the same thing, but it has a little bit more information on it. Oh, I forgot we added music. I was like, what does that sound? It's gonna stick on me. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and for watching this training. I really appreciate you guys being here. I love talking about Canva. I love sharing these tutorials with you. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to post in the Digital Mentors community. I'm happy to answer any Canva related questions or digital mentor related questions that I can. Billy, I will say that I tend to lead the live trainings on the last Thursday of every month, and normally I go into Canva. So if you show up to the live training in September at the end of the month on Thursday, I will likely be there showing different Canva templates. This Canva template that you're looking at is actually one I built in one of those trainings. So that's where you can find me next, Billy. Thank you guys for being here. I do want to let you know that there are some big things happening inside of the Digital Mentors world. If you've been here, if you've been with us this year, you know that we've already been making a transition into this new brand, and we've really been establishing ourselves, getting very clear on how it is that we serve our clients best. And we currently have a lot of people in our Rockstar and Incubator program that are just blowing our minds. Like, seriously, I feel so honored to work around these individuals every day, because as an entrepreneur and a business owner, seeing what's possible and what is capable of happening expands my own belief in what's possible for me. That being said, part of what Digital Mentors provides is the software for you to host your business online in the way that you want to. And we have some really cool upgrades that are making their way out into the public world. We haven't quite released the information publicly, but Brian is really interested in getting on the phone with anybody who's interested in taking their business to the next level and learning a little bit more about what it is that we're creating. So if you're a coach or you're an author, or you have courses that you want to build or that you have built, or maybe you've gotten your business online to a certain place and you're just not sure how to get to that next level, I strongly, strongly, strongly invite you. I'm going to put this link in the chat right now. This is Brian's calendar. I want you guys to go there. Book a call with Brian. I want you guys to go there. And I want you to book a call with him, because he has some interesting things to share that I can't say publicly here on this webinar. And when you talk to him, if you really are in that place of like, okay, I'm ready, like I have a vision for my business, I know where I want to go, I don't quite know how to get there or how to make it happen, or maybe you're just like, what does Digital Mentors have going on back there? What are they doing? What are these tech upgrades that they're talking about? Book a call. Resolve your curiosities, find out more. He will answer all of your questions. I just posted the link in the chat, so you can go ahead and click and book. Has 2 more days this week where he really wants to connect with you guys. That's all I can say. But if you heard my wake up call this morning on the fan page, and you heard my story, my journey about how much has changed for me since I've been working with Digital Mentors, you know that like I not only love the job that I have with Digital Mentors, I'm a huge advocate for what they do for their clients, because I see it really come to life before our eyes. And not only that, I see the people who step into our programs or into conversations with these guys come out the other side more inspired, more dedicated, more focused on what it is that they want to create, with a greater belief in what's possible. So if you want some of that for yourself, click the link, book a call with Brian, get the inside scoop, find out more. He's ready, willing, and very excited to chat with you. Lauren said, Brian is amazing. Robert said, very cool, Brian. Yes, agreed. You'll leave that call with some new information and like sparks flying. So book it for sure. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this Canva training. I'm really glad that you enjoyed it. I'm glad you guys get to watch it again in case you need a recap on all the steps. I know it's a lot of different tech information, but the more you get in Canva and the more you use it, the more you'll learn where all of the pieces are. I started on Photoshop years ago, and when Canva came out, I slowly but surely switched to it, and I rarely use anything else anymore because it just has so much of what you need to make a good graphic. And not to mention those templates, like they make it very simple for you to create easy short form video. I appreciate you guys being here. I hope that you have a wonderful day. And if you have any Canva questions, I will be in the member community to answer them. I'll see you guys next time. Go ahead and click that link before we end. Mia asked, how do we get the replay? I missed the beginning. I believe if you go into the member community on Facebook, it will be shared there. So you should be able to view it inside of the community. The link for Brian is right here. It starts at 3 Central, 4 Eastern. So you can catch the replay and watch it again. It will be there for you. My pleasure. My pleasure. Really? Oh, am I? Okay. Brian's link. There. There you guys go. Thank you, Dee Dee. I didn't have everyone selected when I sent the chat. This is my first webinar. I do the live trainings, but this is my first Wednesday webinar. So I only had a couple technical difficulties. Thank you guys for hanging in. All right. Okay, click that link and book your call and get the insider scoop to find out more. And I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.